Hey, Doc. It's good to see you again. Yeah, things have been okay since I was here last. Although our first session didn't really touch on any current issues and just really established things. I'm really happy to be back. To be able to open up about my experiences. So, do you want me to start from the beginning, or just whatever stands out? Yeah, okay. So, the first time I ever had, do I have to call them issues? Others say it's an issue, and I don't think that I can call it whatever it makes me comfortable. Thanks. The first time I had this attraction, this compulsion to addiction, I was young and didn't understand, just assuming it was a part of puberty or something. But there was this girl in the same class as me, sweet, gentle. I never had the ability to go up to her, but I just let myself be consumed by her. Sorry, recollecting this stuff is a lot. Yeah, I can take my time. I spent most of my time outside of school just thinking about them. What they were doing, who they were with, if they knew I existed. Eventually, it passed. I don't know what caused it to, but I was grateful. She recently announced she was engaged. I was so upset. I broke. I don't even know why. I hadn't thought of her in so long. I don't remember much else from back then. It's just a blur. But I do remember getting better from there. Shortly after, I started a part-time job. I was overwhelmed at first, but once I learned the ropes, I didn't need to focus as much. I started connecting with the people I worked with. Specifically one of them. He was so goddamn cute. Is it a twink? Is that the name they use these days? I don't know, but he was meek and soft. Great personality too. I had out-of-work relations with him, both as a friend and as more. Unfortunately, or fortunately, I am prone to catching feelings. Very, very prone. I talked to him about it and he wanted to keep it as just a thing for fun. Friends, but nothing more. I wasn't able to take it. I was so deeply in love with him. I was basically comatose for the next 2 weeks. I rarely ever left bed, didn't eat. I only left for the necessities. It took longer this time, but after I realized it, I didn't love him. I was just being irrational. I did my best to separate myself. I got a new job and worked by myself, trying to stay solo to avoid any issues like this again. It was hard at school. People kind of knew me for these, what they called weird relationships. I guess I seemed odd. I was called overinvested, protective, obsessive. But I'm trying to get better. After all, that's why I'm here. I can tell it has had a negative effect on people, and the people I've been with. But I want to make a difference. You want me to talk about my last relationship? I believe you got the paperwork that showed what I can and can't talk about with that one. You just want me to give a rundown on what happened? Yeah, sure. I was in a relationship with someone I loved a lot. We were together for what would be 2 years now. We had a lot of things happen during our time, and so many different experiences shared. Loved ones dying, holidays had. I loved every moment I shared with them. After our first anniversary and a trip away, we had something happen to us. Someone came to us. She tried doing stuff with us, and eventually we welcomed her. She was deceiving us. She attacked me, but my love got in the way. The police came a few hours later. The entire thing was chalked up to self-defense. The place we were staying in at that time had to completely renovate and replace the things that were in there. But I'm doing better now. I am. Sorry, it's just... well, no one has really paid attention or listened as intently as you have. Not in a long while, at least. Oh, well, yeah, I guess that makes sense. Being your job and all. But seriously, thank you for everything today. Even just talking through this stuff again, it helps process all of it. It's relieving. Even though it hasn't been that many sessions, I really feel it helps. And that we're growing closer together. Well, I guess that's all we have time for today then. Right? I know what happens when I open that door. I know what they put me in to think this is a real appointment. I know how all this medicine works. Hey, no, please, don't. I just want to talk properly. Not what they want you to ask me about. Please, sit down. I only locked the door so no one else would come in. Thank you. I know what is happening here. I noticed on the first day you're locked in here. The drugs they're giving me. I only ate certain foods that I was given. so I could counteract them. That's why I'm so lucid now. I know everyone here is getting drugged and fed lies. I would be after visiting you. You post your reports and they work off of that. Such a good little worker bee. I know I wouldn't have another chance, but I'd really like out. And I want you to help me. I understand that I seem to have done bad things and hurt people, but please, I swear it was out of love and good intent. And then I'm really starting to like you. The look in your eyes as we talk, how focused and interested you are. I can tell you feel something. You aren't just in work mode. Look, you could write me up as being healthy, which I am. Thank you. And once I'm released, they'll want to prosecute me. They'll want to put me in prison. But you can convince them to just do a transfer. And we can run away. We can be together. But, well, if we don't do that, I am very happy to do this a more difficult way. I will be getting out of here. And I want you to come with me. I'm certain I could find some documents here with your info, and perhaps some specific text telling me where you live. I knew you could help. You're such an incredible person. Forgetting about my last love? No. Never. But just because I've loved once doesn't mean I can't or won't love again. I wish to fully allow myself to be taken by you. Now please, let's sort out the best and safest way to get out of here. I don't want to hurt anyone that doesn't need to be. So please, let's start working towards it. Let's get out of here, my love.